Welcome, everyone. I'm Ruler in Peace, and today we have a groundbreaking interview about a revolutionary tool that is set to change the world in the areas of well being and just health overall. I have with me today Dr. Vincent Seet.
Hi,
How are
everybody. Hi, my name is Vincent. I think that'll be sufficient. Thank you, Ruler Peace.
You're very welcome. So, Dr. C, or if you want me to call you Vincent, I'll just call you Vincent. Vincent, can you share with our audience a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your background?
Okay, I think firstly, I was involved in, in the wireless industry, but not in the rolling out of the first generation, second generation to third G, 4G, but more of the protective element. Because in the older days, those big handphones, I'm sure you remember, they kind of like a microphone next to your head.
Yes.
So in the early days, the I was giving very serious warnings because those phones haven't established a certain standard yet. Because the United States, they have the FCC, the Federal Commissions, the Federal Communications uh, Commission, haven't regulated it yet. So
Mm-hmm.
I was warning people about cell phone radiation as early as the year 2000. Okay,
Wow.
but that was, us together with a quantum physicist, a Russian American. We found some solutions, but it wasn't until 2011 when we had that nuclear disaster in Fukushima. I think
Mm-hmm.
the tsunami and all that.
Yes.
At that time when the tsunami happened, you know, I also happen to have a very famous Japanese water researcher, as you can see in my background. That's
Mm-hmm.
a water crystal I found using a special microscope. Okay, so it's only belongs to me, and I took a photograph of it. Of course, this was in our office in Tokyo. But at
Okay.
that time, because Masara Emoto knew I had a technology to negate people from dangerous radiation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was invited by Mrs. Abe, then the Prime Minister's wife, to be in a scientific team to help the people in Fukushima, at least, to try to help them in certain ways. Not that we could
Mm-hmm.
do very much. And lo and behold, every month I'll go there once, stay maybe 3 or 4 days. By the time 2017, that means 6 years after the Fukushima disaster, Dr. Emoto passed away, the mayor passed away, almost everybody I knew, a lot of the social worker passed away. All the people who stayed back to help in the nuclear disaster facilities have all passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2017, I was so sick of radiation poisoning, I could not even open a bottle of water. I couldn't even slam my car door shut. And the
Wow.
best part of it, nobody knew what I was sick from. I had no cancer, no blood pressure, no cholesterol, no diabetes, nothing. But I was sick and my parietal gland swelled that big. And I
Wow.
knew it was radiation toxicity. But that
Mm-hmm.
we are talking about is nuclear radiation. Of course, today when we're talking about cell phones, we are not talking about ionizing radiation. We are talking
Mm-hmm.
about non-ionizing radiation. But I've, I think I felt what radiation sickness was all about, and so we developed a device with a U.S. patent on it. And this is the most credible uh, uh, device you can use to negate the ill effects of uh, 4G, 5G radiation.
I see. I see. And so, um, so I believe that the way that you're doing that is that there was an inventor who created what you guys are calling the WaveRider. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So,
Oh,
uh, go ahead, sir.
I need the file.
Okay.
I think many people may not uh, fully understand uh, the technology involved in WaveRider. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
so this is the guy. I mean, we met in 1999, and already at that time, he had immigrated to America, and you can see that his first degree is in the Russian Naval Academy, and it was from the facility of nuclear reactor or engineering of nuclear reactors. So his first degree was on nuclear engineering. Okay, later he went to St. Petersburg to do a PhD in clinical psychology, and he's from the Navy because it's Russian Academy of Naval Academy, right? I
Mm-hmm.
think in a lot of the ships, they are all nuclear powered, nuclear submarine, and all that. So he understood. I think one of the things he understood was how to protect his men from having too much radiation in the submarine or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And then a couple of years later, I guess, left the army and so forth. He immigrated to the United States, and there he patented his know-how of how to protect a person from something unseen like radiation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's yeah. I think his credibility is quite high. As you can see, world-renowned laboratories have done research. Even the famous Singapore National University of Singapore,
Mm-hmm.
Toronto University, which you can't see here, California State University, and he has also written several books like this one that is published by uh, World Scientific. You really need to be credible. Okay, so validated in international journals like or what we call peer reviewer, the Journal of Biophysics, the effects
Mm-hmm.
of this on cell phone radiation exposure activities. Astrocytes are cell phones. Dr. Spinell's work was not only studied in the university, but he had also scientific peer-reviewed journals that actually uploaded his articles. Okay, so for instance, the WaveRider technology was peer-reviewed and uploaded on the European Journal of Science. And
Mm-hmm.
what it was uploading was exposure of normal human astrocytes, which are brain cells, to
Mm-hmm.
mobile phone with WaveRider protection and without WaveRider protection. Another prestigious journal is the International Journal of Biophysics, again about WaveRider's ability to protect brain cells. Okay,
Okay.
so not only he had the patent, but he also had the reviews, and all the testings are all done. So so that when we say whatever uh, we are able to, let's say, nullify a certain bad uh, 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 frequency, we are able to prove it, and these are all tests that is FCC approved, lab approved, so just to show you some of the tests that we have done. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I'd just like to highlight is a bit difficult for you to note. This is called the phantom head. Phantom head is actually the fictitious, they call it G.I. Joe, 6 foot 4, 240 pounds. Okay. So his
Uh-huh.
head, they replicate it and they made some gel inside and they put a cell phone next to his face and they would blast the cell phone. Okay. And the amount of radiation heating of the face cannot be over a certain amount. And
Mm-hmm.
WaveRider has tested this. Okay. In fact, whatever was allowed by the law, okay, you can see that the hot spot, okay, Okay, in 65% of the data points, that means they were measuring the heating. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
significant SAR, this is specific absorption rate, is a rate our body absorb the microwave, all right,
Yes.
was reduced from 10 to 40%. Now that's huge. Reduce the heating, and you see
Yes.
the test report number, the name of the company is there, lab, okay, and who is the engineer. So I believe there are other gadgets around in the market, but they're not use their own tests. They've not used FCC approved tests, and we actually spend a lot of money on these tests. Yeah. So back to our screen. I think Dr. Smirnov is very credible. The product is
Mm-hmm.
very credible.
Gotcha. Um, why do why do people need the waiver? Why does the world need the waiver? Is like not just me, not just you, but the world. Why do people need the WaveRider?
Okay. I think the first thing, sorry, I talk and I move the slides, okay? It's a bit like a
Okay.
magician act. Yeah. According to WHO, just last, it says that 1 in 5 adults will experience some sort of mental wellness issue. Okay, I think
Mm-hmm.
today we notice that in the mental wellness space, right? There are a lot of people. We heard of suicides, we heard of a lot of depression, anxiety, and so forth and so forth, and
Mm-hmm.
also the early onset of dementia. Okay, so there is a global mental crisis going on, right? Just let me see. Yeah. And so, sorry about the slides and all that. And so, in 2010, in the year, the Korean invented a word called digital dementia. Okay, you can say digital dementia.
Mm-hmm.
You can pull the slide off, Eric. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Digital dementia was a term that the Koreans coined when they realized that if a person uses too much of electronic gadgets, somehow they they go into a brain fog. They had
Mm-hmm.
disabilities, inability to sleep, to fall asleep. They had low inability to concentrate for long. They have headaches and all kinds of symptoms. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and also they noticed that the age for people getting dementia was getting lower and lower. So they call that digital dementia. And before I explain to you why, okay, I would like to just let you know some facts. Okay, in
Okay.
Singapore, when a person goes to a hospital and check up whether he has digital dementia or not, okay,
Mm-hmm.
the person has diagnosed, okay, in Singapore, the youngest will be a 43-year-old school teacher.
Okay.
He just forgotten how to teach math.
Really?
you know, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so he was the youngest at age 41, 41, sorry, 41. He was diagnosed with MCI, mild cognitive impairment.
Okay.
But in China, they're also measuring because there are also people in this kind of brain freeze zones. Suddenly they show up and they can't remember what they were supposed to do. Like they go to the neighbor's place and then they say, I don't know why I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
A student, 19 years old in China, was diagnosed with MCI, mild cognitive impairment.
Mm-hmm.
Versus our history in our past, 50 years ago, 70 years ago, you hardly find old people getting lost, don't know where they are going, and so forth and so forth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, so the main thing I'm concerned with is that why are young people having brain fog, lack of concentration, insomnia, and loss of cognitive function and so forth? Why? What is the
Mm-hmm.
cause? Yeah.
And so, and I'm sure that with your research, you've discovered what the cause or have a hypothesis of what the cause is. Would you like to share with our audience?
Okay. Is it possible to share the slide again?
Absolutely.
I think maybe I start with some brain slides. Okay. Some not brain slides. Oh, do I have it on this one?
And let's take a break for a second because this is a good time for BK to be able to cut this out. Um, so when you said, "Is like, can I share this slide?" And I said yes. Um, then it's like we'll get to the part where you have the slide up that you actually want, and then just begin to speak again. Well,
Oh,
give
but
this a 5 second pause. I'll be quiet. Give it a 5 second
key one
pause.
I don't have.
You don't have?
I don't have the key ones. How do? Okay, never mind. We go without it.
Okay. So put this down.
Okay, let me share this slide with you so that we understand a little bit about the brains. Okay, firstly, this is a newborn baby.
Mm-hmm.
When a baby is born, only 20% of the brain cells we call neurons are developed, are connected. Okay, everybody has 100 billion, lots of it, but only 20% is connected.
Okay.
It's like having a cell phone with no apps. Okay, it's like having a lot of light, but you have no cable to join it. All right,
Mm-hmm.
but over on the other side, you have an animal. When an animal's brain, 90% of the neurons are connected. Okay, meaning
Okay.
that they could run, they could eat, they could protect themselves at a very young age. So for humans, we need to learn. Learning meaning we connect the the neurons. Okay, so our
Mm-hmm.
learning is actually the neurons firing information at each other as we learned. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
until about age 40, our learning begins to slow down. So basically we learn through the brain cells firing. As we learn, the brain cells are, firing, remembering, and putting into memory.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that all our memories are not stored in the neurons. It's stored in
Yes.
the synapse. Synapse are rather the frequencies, you know.
Yes.
So what happens when when you compare a normal brain wave? Okay, let's say a person is working about 50 hertz. Okay,
Okay.
and you compare a 5G, mature 5G, I'm talking about mature, that means the country will have 5G for about 2 years, okay?
Okay.
That 5G will operate at 150 megahertz, okay? Our brain,
150.
50 hertz,
Mm-hmm.
the 5G is operating at 150 megahertz. Now, let me tell you how many times faster is the 5G 150 megahertz than your brain frequency. The ratio is 30 billion. The speed of the 5G is 30 billion times faster than the speed of your synapse firing. So
Wow.
if you put your head next to a router, do you think there'll
Uh-huh.
be some disruption of signals?
Absolutely.
Right? They're bound to
Yes.
be, right? So this interference, of these signals, is what causes mental illness. This interference of the signals causes the synapse to break, so causes people to get dementia or lose cognitive function or have
Mm-hmm.
MCI at a much lower age. Whereas in the past, when the older generation, like in Singapore, definitely we are a very poor country. We all only had organic food, nothing was imported. you know,
Uh,
and we didn't have old men who didn't know how to. They all worked till late age.
mm-hmm.
Whereas now we have, especially children. You know this term called ABC children. They got
Mm-hmm.
alphabet children. You have ADHD, you have ODD, you have ADD, and you know, because they have all have mental slowness or some disability, autism, very common,
Uh-huh.
right? Why?
Okay.
Because the man-made frequencies are not even within one generation. And these high frequency signals is electrifying our signals. And so it causes a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it for sure. And so now, how does the WaveRider come in to a, to fix it, to protect the brain, basically, I'm presuming.
Yes, I think that's that because the problem I think we can imagine is very big, right?
Hmm.
Because you can't be and let me throw in a little bit about 5G, okay? Because I
Okay.
just want people to know that this is a product that I don't think I am trying to sell very hard, okay? I think it's a product you really need it. It's for your own good, okay?
Hmm.
Now, 3G and 4G, they when they give out the signals, it's like a spear, a ball, okay? And they travel very far, all right? So you have a cell phone tower quite far away from the distance, right? 5G
Hmm.
is not the same. 5G travel in straight lines, directional. We call it directional. And
Hmm.
they cannot go very far. They cannot go through trees. They cannot go through most of the walls in America. They are not concrete, right? They are some kind of planks, right? They can't
Hmm.
go through that too. So you know if you have a 5G router, you will know because they will give you some repeaters.
Hmm.
They'll do one or two more so that there are no blind corners in the house.
Okay.
So what these repeaters and all that, probably two or three of them in your home, they mesh the 5G signal, you know what I mean? Which means you're putting frequencies 30 billion times faster than our brain frequencies. And
Okay.
can you imagine you're lying in the bed and they're just beaming at you? And so it's getting serious. And I think it will show more because 5G has only been around for a very short time. This is a picture of the WaveRider. It's patented in the United States, and we're allowed to claim because the US patent allow us to claim device and methods for the protection of for protection of electromagnetic radiation
Mhm.
on humans. So we're allowed to make a claim, all right?
Okay.
And how does it work? Okay, this slide will just basically when our body uh, detects something, because our cells we have like antennas, okay, cellular antennas we call it. When we detect something unfamiliar, the body will go into a defense, okay? And that defense is the hardening of the cell walls. As you can see here, the cell wall hardens. It doesn't
Hmm.
want to take in food because there's a danger. The body has not figured out yet what is the danger, but it
Okay.
doesn't detox or it doesn't throw out the poo and all that kind of stuff. It
Okay.
remains there. And because it's in a hardened in a very excited stage, it keeps on throwing out a help signal, and that is a bad hormone called cortisol. You
Hmm.
you, you know that's not a hormone you want to have in your body, okay?
Absolutely.
Right? But and these cells will be in stress, will be not functioning normal. But when the time comes for cell to divide, they don't die, they divide. They keep dividing, dividing,
Hmm.
dividing. That's where they are dividing from a mutated state. And through second mutation, fourth mutation, because the danger, the Wi-Fi is always there.
Hmm.
Okay. So that's why now you're seeing cancer being more prevalent and also younger ages. And you see mental issues also happening at much younger. ages. So this is how the WaveRider work. Yeah. Now, what it does is that man-made signals are different from natural frequencies. Birds all they produce frequencies. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Man-made frequencies, especially the 5G, is electronic, is a straight line, whereas natural frequencies is noisy. It's not it's not electronics. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
there's no right angle in a river. Okay, if a
yeah.
river has a right angle, man has made it. All right.
Yeah.
So in nature, everything is kind of like noisy. It's you know.
Uh-huh.
So what we do in WaveRider, we do use a bit of electronics, but our electronics is to irritate the our IP, or rather our secret materials in there, to begin to vibrate and release a natural frequency. Okay, so what happens when you have natural frequency, man-made frequency riding on a frequency created by the generator?
Uh-huh.
It fools the body into thinking that, oh, it's a natural frequency, just let it go past. You know what I mean? It fools the
Yeah.
body not defending. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. Now this test is done and is very famous. It's done by Henry Lai. If anybody has done research or is an expert in how to protect a person from radiation, if you don't know the name Henry Lai, you don't know anything. Henry Lai
Uh-huh.
was the first to prove using a technique called comet assay. This is
Mm-hmm.
a single cell, unexposed to any radiation. After 2 hours, the DNA begins to break off. Okay. And there you see the tail. That's why it's called the comet assay. Like it's a comet flying through the sky.
Uh-huh.
But 2 hours of exposure to noise field, okay, you can see that the cells are protected.
Wow.
Okay. So we have also done our own tests, just like this one. In this, you can see that this is blood, not blood, sorry, the brain cells, astrocytes, the astrocytes.
Okay.
We put them under a cell phone, okay, and we
Mm-hmm.
blast the cell phone, and that blue line there is where the wave rider is, 30 feet away. In US, is 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here is your cell phone with the astrocytes, and we tested it, and the protective element on the astrocytes with the wave rider on is more than 40%.
Wow.
The wave rider actually protects your brain cells. Okay.
Okay.
So, among other things, this is two clear ways how wave rider protect you against radiation toxicity.
Basically. So literally it just puts it emits its frequency and puts literally like a cap over you or around you to block out the radiation from.
Not exactly. It doesn't block the radiation. Is we fool the cell into
uh,
thinking that this is not dangerous, this is natural.
uh, okay, gotcha.
You
Understood.
know, because we don't want
Yes,
the cell to lock down, you see.
exactly. Okay, I
So we
understand.
write this noise field. WaveRider creates this noise field, and
Hmm.
in physics, right? We can write frequencies on frequencies.
Yeah, exactly.
So while the man-made radiation, the body feels I should lock it, but then
Uh-huh.
with the masking of the natural wave, it says, oh, just let it pass.
Let it pass. Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's how it
Un-
protects you, because you
Understood. Yeah, no, I understand. Now I understand more clearly. And so, um, I know that for those, I mean, you've already talked about, the inventor as like the peer reviews, the testing, etc. This product speaks for itself and what it can do. Um, I'm sure that people would be interested those who are interested in protecting themselves and protecting their families would want to have something like this in their homes or in their cars or whatever. How do people get a hold of this? How do they get a hold of um, the WaveRider?
Okay, I think we have to uh, right now. Is it possible for us to because I don't think you can see uh, you can get it on our website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh, so I'm a bit stuck here. Let's pause for a while. Huh?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Break.
Now, this is the information I want. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, because of the show, we are doing a special offer. All right. You can see that website. Is it big enough for people to screenshot or to copy or to?
The PayPal, the www.emfrequency.com. Yeah, I can see it clearly.
Okay. All right. So is this good enough?
Yeah, that's good enough. And so let's start. I already asked the question, how can people get a hold of it? And so then go ahead and pull that screen up and then we'll just proceed forward.
Okay. You are okay.
So I'll just ask the question again. So the WaveWriter sounds, I mean, with all this technology and us being bombarded with this electromagnetic radiation from our cell phones, probably. I mean, and actually, you didn't even talk about the blue screens and stuff from our
Yeah. It's a bit too technical. Put everybody to sleep.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that's bombarded us from all this, and the WaveWriter helps protect against all of this, correct?
Yes.
So
Amazing.
so because so basically, because there's so much radiation bombarding us, I mean, we should all have this device in our homes. So how would people get a hold of this device? If how what's the cost? How do people get a hold of it? So that they can begin to protect themselves and their families.
Right. I think before I go into a course, I just want to let you guys know that we have 30 years of research right now, 30th year of research. Okay. And it's not a cheap product because
Hmm.
basically it is military know-how. You know, that's why I remember I said that the inventor was from the Naval Academy,
Correct.
and you know they probably need to protect their staff against their nuclear submarines or aircraft carrier or whatever. You know,
Hmm.
so it's not easy product to put together, but we put it together and we are selling it $1,888 USD.
Hmm.
Okay, all right. It's made in the US, assembled in Singapore.
Hmm.
But before I go any further, I want to show you some competitive products. There's this guy called the Q device, made by a German. Now, I've gone into their website. I have found no signs, zero, zilch. Okay. And they're costing 3,250 pounds.
Hmm.
I found another product called the Cocoon. They say it's from Switzerland. You can see there 3,690. I don't know whether Swiss franc or US dollars, but you can go check these products out. And they couldn't tell you, they couldn't give you an independent test. They couldn't give you a peer review. They
Hmm.
couldn't give you any patents. And they couldn't give you any scientific test. And yet you are paying this kind of money. Okay.
Hmm.
What you are paying for, Wave Rider, is you're paying for a peace of mind. You're paying for something patented, tested, peer reviewed, books written, universities, famous universities. Singapore University is top 10 in the world. You know, Kiev's University also tested. Kiev's
Hmm.
University was the top uh, 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 university in the Ukraine before the war.
Hmm.
So for this talk, because it's my first time with you guys, I'm giving a very hefty discount,
Mm-hmm.
20% with free shipment anywhere in the world. Okay, we'll ship you free anywhere in the world. It has got 1 year warranty. Okay, all right. There's a way we know if the machine drop or you try to open up the machine. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
but so far it's a plug and play. You press the button at the top and it starts working. It starts blinking. Okay, all right.
Okay.
You on it, you blink, or you want to off it, then there won't be the blinking. Okay, when nobody's in the house, switch it off. All right. Our warranty is for 1 year. Usually our warranty, because it's a high value product, normally if we can tell, it's if the person, uh, whether it's manufacturing warranty, okay, or whether
Mm-hmm.
it is accidental, because some people drop the sets,
Yes.
but I think we know that we our customers are more special, so we tend to be very easy on our warranty. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
so you can have my promise that I mean we're not going to charge you for little this, little that. You will just send it a new one. All right.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, the direct manufacturers. You're not dealing with agent. You're dealing with the inventor and me.
Mm-hmm.
We're not dealing with anybody in between. Okay, so
Okay.
you of website. I'm sure you can also read about. Uh, we have some famous American institute like the Hippocrates Institute. I think
Mm-hmm.
they're in Miami. They're selling our products. I think there are people like Ty Bollinger. There are quite a few American KOIs or health well-known health people selling our products. Yeah.
Gotcha. So everyone, just in case on, so if you want to learn more about this and to purchase this item, you can go to www.emfrequency.com. That's Edward Michael frequency.com, and be able to order this and have it shipped and delivered to your house directly to begin to protect your family, your loved ones. It's like from this radiation. And I presume that by doing this, are you basically stating if people are having issues with brain fog or stuff like that, that this product will be able to help them regain some clarity? Is like,
No, no, no.
no,
It protects you from further deterioration.
further
But I
deterioration.
have products from another scientist that can help you with some of the reversal of the MCI. But
Gotcha.
those are in the area of brain sciences. This
Okay.
is in the area of the to negate the negative effects of the microwave frequencies. It protects. It does not, but
Reverse.
what you expect from it when you use the WaveRider, okay, when you put it on in the night or you put it on the first night, you will sleep very well. You'll feel very rested, and the next morning I'm very sure you wake up looking for work, mental clarity. When you wake up from your bed, you said, "No, I need to find me a piece of thing to work on." You will
Gotcha.
feel mental clarity. Okay, of course, after several months, it becomes normal. But on the
Uh-huh.
first and second night, you should be able to feel that you have slept more deeply, and the next morning you have mental clarity.
Gotcha.
The best
All
place
right.
to put is in the middle of the house.
Mm-hmm.
If at night, if you have kids, put it next to the kids or near the kids' bedroom. If you have no kids, put it in your bedroom. Yeah. If not,
Yes.
in the middle of house, it protects a total area, a ball of up to nearly 3,000 square feet house.
Okay.
Yeah, 2,950 feet in total. It's a spherical protection, a ball
Okay.
upstairs, downstairs, and all that.
Wow. So it can go. So even if it's downstairs, it can go upstairs
Yeah.
and just encompass the house. All right.
Yep.
Dr. C, this has been a very interesting discussion, and I'm sure people are going to want to know more information. And so um, I
Sure,
want
sure.
I want to say thank you for being our guest and for you and Igor coming together as a team to be able to provide a solution to a very significant problem or challenge that man has created for itself through
Exactly.
through the advancement of technology. And so sometimes we get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
But it's nice to know that there are things that people can do because, like you said, mental health issues are becoming more rampant around the world. Um, I mean, the statistics are pretty significant from the World Health Organization in those arenas. And like we're talking about depression, anxiety, suicide,
Right.
etc. So
Insomnia, not
it's
being able to sleep is pretty torturing, you know. WaveRider
exactly
will help some it helps in sleep, but it's not a sleep product. But
correct.
what its effects is to because once the radiation is not there, you're not so tense, you see. So you tend to fall asleep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So so it's been a real pleasure. It's like, and thank you for coming on to the show and sharing this incredible invention. I do know that based off of the peer reviews and the research and the work and the validation that's gone on, that this is a product that people can trust. And so everyone out there watching this video, I highly recommend that you go to the website www.em as an Edward Michael frequency.com and order one of these for you and your family. Um, until next time, this is Ruler in Peace. Dr. Seet, once again, thank you very much for being here. And everyone, take care and be well.
Okay. Thank you, Rula, and thanks everyone for hearing.
All right. This is Ruler in Peace and Dr. Seat saying goodbye to everyone and have a nice day. Bye bye.
Bye.